Good morning, friends. We're going to sing a little Zulu this morning, and it's not very hard. We sang it once this summer, and today we have the choir back, hip hip hooray. So they're ready to help us. If you'll just bring it up on the screen, here's your first set of lyrics. Here it comes. Wait for it, wait for it. Let me sing a phrase and you'll answer me back. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Then one more time. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Now put that all together, and if you miss a syllable, who cares? Here we go. I've tried to write it out so that it makes sense to you. Here we go. One, and here we go. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Then later on we'll do this in English. Next slide, please. And we'll just speak, and it goes like this. Be still my heart, be still my heart. Shh, even here I am at home. Try it with me, ready, and be still my heart, be still my heart. Shh, even here I am at home. Be still my heart, be still my heart. Shh, even here I am at home. The South African gentleman that wrote this was visiting America, and he got homesick. Ever had that happen? Yeah. Sure. Where you really want to be back at church with all the people you know. And it hurts a little bit. It makes you be here. And he wrote this chant in his native tongue, and it ended up in our Till hymn book. And I have passed by it 100 times, and oh my gosh, it's really fun. So we'll give it a sing. I'm going to invite you, go ahead and stand up, because you might want to feel like you need to do a little bit of movement, huh? And then we're adding this fun part at the beginning. Boom, boom, pa, shh. Boom, boom, pa, shh. And sometimes we boom, boom, pa, shh. And sometimes we don't, shh. So just follow the bouncing ball. You'll be in the right place. All right. Here we go. Everything's working. Yeah. Except my eyes. Boom, boom, pa, shh. Boom, boom, pa, shh. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Here we go. Boom, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa. Shh. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Be still my heart, be still my heart. Shh. Even here I am at home. Be still my heart, be still my heart. Even here I am at home. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Hey, kia nalla pasacchia. Boom, boom, pa, shh. Boom, boom, pa, shh. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Tu lacrezio nalla pasacchia. Pasacchia, pasacchia. You're brilliant. Thank you.
Wasn't that fun? Good morning. Welcome to the Olympia Unitarian Universalist congregation. Our community envisions an interconnected world that is loving, just, and healthy. We commit to live out our mission, to welcome and wonder, embrace and empower, bridge and become. Thank you for joining us today. You are welcome here just as you are. Whatever beliefs sustain you, whomever you love, however you understand and express your identity, and in all the ways you are still becoming the person you are. My name is Ann Radford. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a member of the worship arts team. Leading worship with me today is OUUC's affiliated community member, Reverend Carol McKinley. Reverend Sara Lewis, our Director of Community and Faith Development, and Troy Fisher, our Music Director. Here are a few things you should know about our service today. We are streaming live on Zoom and YouTube, and the service is being recorded. For those here in the sanctuary, you can see the creative and sometimes funny subtitles on the screen in front and on Zoom if you're online. Over here, we have fluffy chairs and activities for your hands so everyone can be comfortable. We are a multi-generational community, and we do welcome our young ones. Teens, babies, all ages of children are welcome in the sanctuary. And there's also nursery care and a story time down the hall in the classroom wing. We're grateful for the many hands that helped worship happen this morning. Thank you to all who contribute in so many ways. After the service, everyone will have a chance to discuss reflection questions. For those online, we invite you to go into a virtual breakout room for a coffee chat. For those in person, please feel free to stay for coffee and conversation in the Commons. And then we'll be heading over to Squaxin Park for our annual all-church picnic. Today, noon to 2 at the Rose Garden Shelter, it's a potluck picnic for all ages. Bring your own plates and utensils if you have them. And mark your calendars. OUUC's expanded 2-day Books, Brownies, and Beans extravaganza is coming up soon, yes. All day Friday and Saturday, October 25th and 26th. And we especially need volunteers on Friday. We will be raising, hopefully, more money than ever to benefit the same 3 wonderful organizations we had last year. And we raised about $12,000 last year. So we are hoping for a little more this year with our 2-day sale. And the organizations that benefit from this are OLI Ecosystems, Interfaith Works, and Osho Cultural Community Center. Book donations are now welcome, and book sorting for the sale happens every Tuesday evening. Be sure to find the Books, Brownies, and Beans display in the Commons, and check out the many fun ways you can help make our 21st annual community book sale a huge success. There are many things happening here at OUUC. Check out the Tuesday electronic update for the most up-to-date information. Now, let us open our hearts and minds as we prepare for worship. It is good to be together. This morning, we join Unitarian Universalist congregations around the world in lighting a chalice, the symbol of our faith tradition. If you are online and have a chalice or a candle, please join me as we light our chalices with these words. In the clear light of this chalice, we see that as the drop joins the brook, the stream, the river, and becomes a mighty sea, so do each of us gather with others and become a group strong enough to care for and transform the world. And we light this chalice, this candle here, in honor of Reverend Mary Gear, our settle minister in her 12th week of sabbatical. We light our candle here each week to help us sustain our bond with her and stay present to the spirit of renewal. And we know her matching candle will light her way home to us in November.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Carol McKinley. I use she, her pronouns, and I have white hair, glasses with red rim. I'm wearing a purple top and a stole patterned with stripes of purple, teal, and lavender. Our opening words, "Here to Transform," are from the Reverend Dr. David Breeden. Welcome to this place where certainty transforms to questions. This place that takes what is and imagines what can be. Welcome to this space where what was fixed begins to shift, where rigidity embraces unfolding as we join the dance of transformation. Welcome to this moment of change where together we transfigure and transcend together. Come, let us worship together.
And let's sing together again. Hymn number 1046, Shall We Gather at the River? I invite you to rise in body and or spirit. If you're joining us at home, you can find the lyrics posted in the chat.
Good morning. So today, instead of our regular story, we're telling a new story. The ongoing story of transformation in this congregation as new members join us and bring their stories to become part of our collective story. We are so grateful to welcome 8 new members to OUC today. Would our new members please come forward? We will have the membership book for you to sign in the Commons after the service, where you will join all the members since the Unitarian Fellowship of Olympia was formed in 1952. All will have the opportunity to celebrate with our new members at the picnic following today's service. We recognize this commitment in worship as we hold up that which is of worth, sharing our voices in song, sharing words and silence, sharing our joys and sorrows, sharing our work for justice, sharing ministry. Joining OUUC means being part of this gathered community, speaking out on the future of our congregation, offering and receiving the gifts of the Spirit, supporting others, and being supported in return. If you will join us in our mission and this work, will you say, "I will"?
We welcome you as new members of our community this morning. You have come to worship, to play, work, and grow among us. Ours is a free fellowship. We have no creeds, and you are free to bring your ideas and your beliefs to this congregation to share with others. I invite you to join us in this religious search for meaning and purpose in life, informed by our individual beliefs and the traditions of Unitarian Universalism.
Good morning. I'm Susan Moon, President of the Board of Trustees, and I welcome you to membership at OUUC. Will the existing members of the congregation please join me in saying the words displayed on the screen and also on Zoom? We receive you with open, join me. It's not there yet? Okay, now we can do it. Never a dull moment. We receive you with open hands and hearts. As you join us, we once again renew our own commitment to membership at OUUC. Would everyone, previous members, new members, friends, and visitors who are moved to do so, please join us as we say the words hopefully displayed on the screen and in the Zoom chat. Okay. We join together to live out our covenant and our shared vision to be a liberal religious community that helps create a loving, just, and healthy world. We are proud and happy to have you as new members among us. Welcome.
We come together in covenant, making mutual promises and being willing to transform ourselves into the community that we want to be. Here are the names of our new members: Anita Thompson, John Kelly, Wendy Stephenson, Anita Kraft, Timothy Leadingham, Vanessa Gardner-Nagel, and Mary and Mike Kuhn. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for creating a community for this journey together. Thank you.
Each Sunday, we engage in the practice of generosity and gratitude by joining together in service to our community and to something greater than ourselves. We each have the power to share, and when we combine our gifts to create an offering, together we're able to do more than any of us can do alone. We also express our gratitude for the gifts that life has given us, for the network of relationships in which we live, and for the presence of this community. If you are new or visiting us for the first or second time, you are our guest, and we don't expect you to contribute. However, if you're moved to be part of our offering, what you share will be gratefully received. The offering collected here does two things. It helps support the ongoing work of this congregation, which is also supported by irregular pledges. And it also supports an organization that serves our community in harmony with our Unitarian-Universalist values. Our Share the Plate organization for September and October is All Kids Win. All Kids Win envisions a community in which hunger never gets in the way of student success. Created in April 2006, when community volunteers recognized a weekend food security gap in local middle and high school students. They currently provide weekend food bags to more than 1,100 students per week during the school year. This food provides a basic need to students in Thurston County. May the offering now be generously given as it is gratefully received.
Thank you, Troy, and thank you all for your generous gifts. We came together this morning bringing all that is in our lives. Let us open our hearts to the complexity of life as we place stones into the water of community. You will hear a drumbeat as we share today. It brings into our awareness that the individual hearts beat, and together we create the heartbeat of community. Right now, I invite you to take a breath as we open our hearts to receive the complexity of all that is in our lives and in our communities today. Steve Tilley and Christine Park are celebrating their 50th anniversary. Steve and Chris, congratulations and much love to you both. Jean Mine asked for us all to share prayers, thoughts, and healing energy with her sister, Katrina Schauber, who has been in the hospital for over 2 weeks with a blocked small intestine. It remains blocked even after the removal of part of it. Katrina is in the Phoenix area. Jean and Katrina, we hold you in love and send prayers for healing and ease. It is with a heavy heart that Lee Doyle asked for blessings for her niece, Teresa Bass. Teresa fought for life for 5 years, but cancer gracefully took her life last week. Lee and Beth have been with Lee's sister Diana during this loss. Lee, we send our prayers and love to you and to Beth, to Diana, and to all who knew and loved Teresa. For those online, I invite you to share from your heart by entering in the chat, and those in the sanctuary can see your sharing on the screen. For those in person today, I invite you to come forward if there is something you would like to bring into this community. You may place a stone in the water as you hold your sharing in your heart. Please come up the side aisle and return by the center aisle. Now let us hear the heartbeat of our community and reach out our hearts in love and care to all those who share. Place a stone in the water for all that has been shared online, shared from the heart. We'll place one more stone in the water for all that we hold in our hearts and that remain unspoken. Please be together in whatever way is comfortable for you in prayer and meditation. As we hold in our hearts all those who have expressed joys and concerns this morning, let us be together with words inspired by those of Meister Eckhart. If the only prayer you will ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. May we whisper thank you for all that is good in our lives. May we shout thank you for the abundance of blessings. May we feel thank you deep within our hearts. May we be thankful for this time together. May we take the time to appreciate each other and say thank you. Thank you. It is the only prayer we will ever need. Let us hold a moment of silence together.
going to give you a little history of water communion in the Unitarian Universalist denomination. We've been celebrating water communion for many years, and it is a common practice among Unitarian Universalist congregations. It started in 1980 when two Unitarian Universalist women were asked, Carolyn McDade and Lucille Shuck Longview, were asked to create a worship service for the Women and Religion Continental Convocation of the Unitarian Universalists. The ritual they created included a new inclusive symbol of women's spirituality, water, representing our connectedness to one another, the totality of life, and to our place on this planet. The service, called Coming Home Like Rivers to the Sea, was held in a semicircle around an earthenware bowl. Women brought water from distant places like the Rio Grande River, the Assiniboia Rivers, rainwater from Maryland, water from the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, and other waters that held special meaning for the women. As the ritual is continued, says Carolyn McDade, water deepens in meaning for us, just as water deepens during its long and winding journey to the sea.
In the 40 years since that first water communion ritual, most Unitarian Universalist congregations have adopted it as an ingathering ritual for the end of summer and the beginning of a new church year. And many bring water from summer travels to this ritual. I have fond memories of taking a pause on a trip to collect water, especially the year my son tried really hard to catch a drip of water in Carlsbad Caverns to bring to the water communion. We were unsuccessful, as it was very hard to predict where the drips would land. Bringing water from far away or water from a cool place is fun. But the novelty of the water isn't the real point of the ritual. And in fact, there are problems with this approach, as it can be exclusionary and elitist. Not all of us have the time, money, or ability to travel widely. In the last decade or so, as our understanding of classism and elitism has continued to grow, there has been a subtle and not so subtle transformation of this ritual in many congregations. We now often focus on the symbolic meaning of water in our lives, not just the geographic reality that there is water all around the world. Because there is also water inside us and water uniting us. The water of our blood, sweat, and tears, the water we draw from our wells or pour from our taps to sustain us and our pets and plants, the water we use to clean and wash away dirt and dust. This water is our lives. When we come together to share this water, we are sharing the flow of our individual lives in all their ups and downs and struggles, as well as the joys and adventures. I've had the honor of meeting with and chatting with many newcomers here about what brings them to OUUC, as well as many old-timers about what keeps them here. Why do people arrive at a community like this? To find a place for spiritual practice and spiritual renewal? To find others who share similar commitments to justice and work together? To make friends and find a community that will care for them in times of stress, grief, and loss? To find an education in values and religion for their kids or themselves? People come to a faith community like this one because they have recently moved, married, had children, retired, been widowed, received a new diagnosis. People come because of events and pressures in the world, like elections, climate change, or pandemics, and the need to find a sanctuary in the midst of it. I invite you to think of what first brought you to OUUC. And why do people stay in a faith community? Because they form a circle of friends and relationships, because they fill roles in satisfying ways that use their time and talents, because the rhythm and rituals of the community become the regular rhythms of their own lives, because of a sense of commitment, because of history, and because of hopes for the future. I invite you to think, what keeps you here at OUUC? Over my years of engagement with and commitment to Unitarian Universalism, my answers to these questions have changed many times. I have come for the choir. I have come for the sermons and the learning. I have come for my kids. I have come for the sense of call and commitment to a role. I have come for the history and the rituals, the comfort and the challenge. My relationship to this faith and this community has changed as I have changed and the community has changed. We are all changing, transforming, becoming, always. And so we are invited to rejoin the flow and the life of this faith community today again. We are invited to share our water, and we are invited to transform this community by our presence and be transformed ourselves in return. I invite you to reflect for a moment on what you are bringing today to this community and what this community is holding for you. Today, we will join many Unitarian Universalist congregations in celebrating water communion. In a few minutes, we'll share our water. For those online, you'll have the chance to share your water too. If you haven't gathered some water wherever you are, this would be a good time to do so.
Communion is sharing our deepest thoughts and feelings in a community of love. Today's ritual of water communion is a time to share our deepest thoughts and feelings about water as we mingle the water we bring with the love of this community. On this day, we are reminded that all water is one water. Water is absorbed into the air and clouds, then rained down to earth, flowing through creeks, streams, and rivers out to oceans, then absorbed into the air and clouds to return again and again as rain. We are all part of the cycle of rain, that cycle of life. Water makes us one. With some of us online and some of us in person today, we are like two rivers flowing together. Today, you may have water to share from some place that is important to you. It may be a place you visited or your home. For those online, this is the time to bring your water and the meaning it holds for you. For those of you in the sanctuary who didn't bring water, there is water here in the pitcher on the table. All are welcome to participate in the water communion, whether you are here for the very first time or have been here 1,000 times. So let's pause for a moment. Just take a breath. Consider what this water means for you. How has the meaning of water deepened for you? As we hold our reflections in our hearts, we begin our water communion ritual with water from the Salish Sea, gathered here in Olympia. The water imbued with the spirit of the native people, our neighbors on whose land we are today. Next, we add water from last year's water communion service. Every year, as far back as we can remember, water has been saved from each water communion and brought into the ritual the next year, connecting us to our ancestors and our history. Now, I invite those of you in the sanctuary to wave to everyone online. And for those online, we will pour water into our bowl, symbolizing your water. And as we do so, we invite you online to hold up your water, maybe even pour it into a bowl wherever you are. And when you're done, feel free to share in the chat the meaning of your water. For those of you here in the sanctuary, we have placed butcher paper in the commons for you to share the meaning of your water. Please look for it after the service. And now, I invite you to come forward to add your water to the bowl. We'll start with this side. Please come forward through that center aisle and return by the side aisle.
Flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a There's a river flowing in my heart, in my heart. There's a river, it's flowing in my heart, and it's telling me that I'm somebody, 'cause there's a river flowing in my heart, in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river, it's flowing in my mind. There's a river, it's flowing in my soul. There's a river, it's flowing in my soul. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing. There's a river, it's 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 flowing in my soul.
Together in prayer. Water unites us. All of life depends on water, this common everyday element on which our very lives depend is sacred. Even as we express our gratitude for water, let us hold before us those who are denied access to this precious, life-giving, life-sustaining element. Reverend Sara and I join Unitarian Universalists across the country who are taking part in this prayerful action today in sympathy with the 2 million Palestinians in Gaza who are suffering, denied potable water and food by the state of Israel. These people are dying of thirst, starvation, preventable disease like polio, and weapons of war.
This summer, the Unitarian Universalist Association's General Assembly passed the Solidarity with Palestinians Action of Immediate Witness, calling for an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza. May these empty cups, placed beside this bowl holding the waters we added representing the abundance of water in our lives, remind us of Palestinians in Gaza who today are suffering from being denied this life-giving element. May we, with this symbolic act, express our prayerful hope that they be provided with nourishing, life-sustaining water. As we hold all the Palestinians in Gaza and all creatures on this earth in our hearts and minds, let us be together in silence. Amen, and blessed be.
Water, lakes and rivers, oceans and streams, springs, pools and gullies, arroyos, creeks, watersheds, Pacific, Atlantic, Mediterranean, Indian, Caribbean, China Sea, Arctic, Antarctic, Baltic, Mississippi, Amazon, Columbia, Nile, Thames, Sacramento, Snake, Seine, Rio Grande, Willamette, McKenzie, Ohio, Deschutes. Rain after a lifetime of drought that finally cleanses the air. The soot from our eyes, the dingy windows of our Western home, the rooftops and branches, the wings of birds, the new life on a slant, pouring, making everything new. Water nourishes, cleanses, transforms in rain, in rivers, in oceans. These words from Hinatai Woman by Native American poet and scholar Paula Gunn Allen remind us of the impact water has on us, not only as an element needed to sustain all life, but as a symbol of cleansing, renewal, and transformation. Each time I travel from our home here in Western Washington, across the Cascades, and through Central Washington, I see visual reminders of the power of water to shape and transform. I drive by a wheat field and see a gigantic rock sitting in the middle of it. How did this singular boulder, and perhaps others, get to that farm field? If you've seen the film, The Great Missoula Flood, you will recall how, when the Ice Age glacial dam that held the ancient Lake Missoula over what is now Montana and the prairies collapsed, surging torrents of water raced westward to the Pacific, shaping the coulees of Central Washington, scouring out now is what is now the Columbia Gorge with the power to carry from those melting glaciers these huge boulders called erratics, depositing them randomly across what is now Central Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. Imagine the weight of that boulder and the astounding force of that water that transported it across hundreds of miles to that field. Geologists now tell us there were repeated floods. Ice dams formed, then gave way, again forming a powerful river that transformed and shaped the face of this land on which we now live. This morning, the water we brought from places meaningful to us is merged with that of others in this bowl, reminding us that we, coming together to be in this faith community, have the power to transform as well. Together worshiping, sharing our lives, supporting each other, working together in all our diversity to make this world, this community, a more welcoming, inclusive, and loving place. Such work requires intention, the intention to be in community, the recognition that we all have a part not only in shaping the world around us, but the larger world as well. The recognition that indeed when we merge our power, our strength with that of others, we have the power to transform. Like the Great Missoula Flood, we might even contribute a few erratics to the landscape. May we ever continue to be part of that transforming power in this world. Let us take a moment for silent reflection.
What a joy to make music with you today. Let's sing together one more time. Hymn number 323, Break Not the Circle. I invite you to rise in body and our spirit. Let's sing together.
Circle
If you are online and have a chalice or candle, please join me as we extinguish our chalice here in the sanctuary with these words from Rosemary Watola Trommer. May you have the peace that comes when we trust ourselves to meet whatever life brings. May you have love beyond happy endings. The kind of love that seeps like water into everything, no matter where the story goes. Amen. May peace be with you.